All right. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Let's hop into the advent of code, day 4. We've got day 4 out. Been out for several hours at this point. We've done them all so far. They've been relatively easy. And we're just going to hop in. My goal, I ended up doing day 3 in F#. I got saw someone post some F# stuff and it made me feel all tingly and want to do some functional programming. I love me some Haskell, but boy, man, the type system in F# was fighting me the whole way, but I got it done in F# here, day 3 here. But we're gonna do day 4. I'm gonna start in C#, just because I understand the type system of C# much better than I understand the type system of F#. This is the first F# program I've ever written. Came out okay. Little bit verbose though. Let's look at the problem for day 4. Camp cleanup. Those elves making messes. Gotta clean this place up. So, let's see what the problem says. Day 4. Space needs to be cleared before the last supplies can be unloaded from the ships. And so several elves have been assigned the job of cleaning up sections of the camp. Every section has a unique ID number, and each elf is assigned a range of section IDs. Alright, so every elf is responsible for cleaning up some chunk. As some of the elves compare their section assignments with each other, they've noticed that many of the assignments overlap. Alright, so we got a set problem again. We got numbers, you got ranges, and you gotta find when they overlap, maybe. To try to quickly find overlaps and reduce duplicated effort, the elves pair up and make a big list of section assignments for each pair. Alright, so for example, 2 to 4, 6 to 8. For the first few pairs, this list means within the first pair of elves, the first elf is assigned sections 2 to 4. The second elf is assigned sections 6 to 8. Together, it's 2 through 8. Keith. Got Keith here. Let me bring my chat over so we got it. You guys see how delayed it always seems to be. Fun today, someone did the first part purely by using OpenAPI and giving it the problem and she got number 1 on the leaderboard for it. Is OpenAPI, I'm assuming, is that one of the AIs? OpenAI, gotcha. I was like, OpenAI, gotcha. That makes more sense. Yeah, I've seen some of the crazy solutions that have been generated by GPT-3. Alright, where was I? The elves in the second pair were each assigned 2 sections. The elves in the second pair were each assigned 2 sections. Oh, wait, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Okay. The elves in the third section were assigned sections. The elves in the third pair were assigned 3 sections. One got 5, 6, 7, while the other got 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This example list uses single-digit section IDs to make it easier to draw your actual list. Man, my reading is poor this morning. I apologize for how annoying my reading might be. Might sound all disconcerted and chopped up. Your actual list might contain larger numbers. Visually, these pairs of section assignments look like this. Okay, so each pair has some chunk. Some pairs have noticed that one of their assignments fully contains the other. For example, 2 to 8 fully contains 3 to 7, and 6 to 6 is fully contained by 4 to 6. Pairs where one assignment fully contains the other One elf in the pair would be exclusively cleaning sections their partner will already be cleaning. So these seem like the most in need of reconsideration. In this example, there are 2 such pairs. Okay, so we have to find pairs. So this is a set problem again, essentially. But it, if this is a giant sets, you might need to do something clever, because we don't actually care about this 3 in the middle. We care about the range that is covered. But we'll see if we can write a quote unquote clever solution. Let's look at the AOC GPT. Advent of code by GPT-3. Yeah, I saw this on the R programmer subreddit, or programming subreddit. They got day 3 in here. Oh, it's just saying how it works. This solves Advent of code puzzles by having GPT write code in response to the puzzle's input. Placed first on day 4. Gotcha. This is cool still. This is cool. So that's neat. That I don't know how I feel about it completely. Part of me feels, I don't know how you would check for this. Part of me feels like these AI generated solutions might be killing the fun of the puzzles a little bit for me. Not for me, I don't care, because I'm not doing it not for me, for the competition, right? So I would be really, really frustrated as a person if I was trying to get on the leaderboard and the top X, top 10 or whatever. That's fair. The first several puzzles are going to be very, very easy. But yeah, it'd just be so I don't know. There's this website, Coding Game. I like to do these. They have what's called Clash of Code, where you compete with. They're these relatively easy, so that all of them are going to be relatively easy because they have to be solvable in 15 minutes or less. So you compete with 8 other people, and now this just makes me feel like there's probably AIs doing these, which kind of makes it less fun. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I could imagine though if I was trying to get on the leaderboard being frustrated by this. That's okay. I do these purely for fun. When the younger me many years ago, when I was an undergrad, I used to try to compete, like try to actually score and do well and optimize. I used to do a lot of programming competitions in C because you have to have fast run times. So I'd do C and then I'd optimize it in assembly a little bit, and that was just madness. That was madness. You write code that no one should ever see. All right. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start in C#. Make-dir day 3 C#. Camp cleanup. This puzzle here. It'll be fun. I really liked. Maybe my expectations were just too high. I really liked the rock paper scissors problem. Day two, the rock paper scissors is my favorite one, because hang on, I'm about to sneeze. Hang on. No, it passed. No sneeze. I really enjoyed day 2's rock paper scissors because it sort of allowed me to do this crazy over-engineered solution that was too much. So now we're sort of in the. I was really hoping they'd get more interesting, but I suppose for new programmers, this is good for I've been creating beginners guides on my YouTube channel of these, because I know a lot of people try to do these and they struggle, and I'm having my students tackle parts of these. So I have students that my youngest student's actually 7 years old, but I have students in a wide range of places, but having my students tackle these. And then next term, I'm teaching a class called Introduction to Competitive Programming. So I'm sort of building up these videos for that class as well, to have examples and problems and ways for students to think through the entire process. Okay, so let me get a sample here. Rit, hello. I always forget. I believe so. I want to say good morning, but good day. That's why I got to start saying good day to you, because I never know what time zone anyone's in. The internet's a fascinating place like that. You never know where someone is. Good evening to you. Good evening. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. here, so no one does what I do. I just woke up. Wake up and code. Get your brain going early. First thing in the day for me. So we're going to have to parse this in and get some ranges. Does C#... All right, we're gonna go and do it a lazy way. I think C# has a range. C# range. Is there like a range structure? Ranges. Day 4. We're gonna do it first in C#, and then I was a little crazy. I did it in F#. I did day 3 in C#, and then I got interested in checking. I was seeing some solutions. I was like, F# looks interesting, so I did it in F# as well. After we talked yesterday about aggregate filter map filter reduce, made me think I needed to. Yeah, so we're gonna use a range for this. Made me want to program in Haskell, and I was going, let's check out F#, and then F# kicked my butt a little bit. The range doesn't work the way I want it to. We'll try it. So we are gonna get I'm gonna write a function that goes range, get range. We're gonna try it. I've never used it, and then we're gonna have an input from our sample text, one of the lines here, so we can just test it out. So we're gonna have a get range. Sorry, my brain's not quite woken up yet. We're gonna have to split this line. Dot split. We'll split it on that. So I'm gonna have to do like get ranges or something. This is gonna give me 2 ranges back. Yeah, so get not just one range, get ranges. So this is actually gonna give me back 2 ranges. So we split. And I'm bad at this, so I'm just gonna create a variable called split. Hang on, string array. All right, and then I want to get my left side. So my first range, left equals split of 0 dot split on that dash. Or in really I could just do 0 0, get my left side. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. New range, int dot parse, split 0 2. Oh, is this making me sad? What is this saying? Oh, it's because it has to be. Can I convert care? Here, let's do something dumb. Is this gonna work? Let's do something dumb here. We're just gonna get a little bit of a hacky solution to start, and then we'll clean it up. Ugh, this is ugly. I already hate it. Return left, right. If I'm doing this already, I don't even need to split it. I could just take my line, and I know that the first character. Oh, hang on. I do need to split it because my number, it's not going to be 1 digit long. All right, I do need to split it. All right. Caught myself before I started making a terrible, terrible mistake. So now we need string left, string away left equals split of 0 dot split on the dash. Oh, I hit something there. String right equals split on a dash. All right, I'm gonna do this. Range, get range. String to split. I don't know, man. My naming's so terrible. Someone give me some good names, please. Parse range. Oh, that's much. Thank you. Parse ranges. Oh, saving me, Keith. So we got left dot. Sorry. And this can be to parse. Split. All right, now this becomes to parse. Like that. And then we can actually do select, and we'll do int.parse. So this will actually parse it into some ints for us. To array. There we go. And then we return range split 0 split 1. And Keith's already notified me that I'm gonna have to. That range isn't gonna do what I want, I don't think. But let's keep having hope in our hearts. Let's keep having some hope in our hearts. And this we can do select parse range. Let's give us back in our to array. A turn split 0 split 1. All right, look at our methods. Gotcha. It'll do what we want. It'll just make us sad. Is what I'm hearing. Okay, so what we're gonna do then is we have our input sort of file dot read all lines, args 0, I think. Yeah. And then we're gonna do a select on that on parse ranges. And so this is gonna get us back all of our sets. Let me just go to an array for now. So this gives us back our range, array, ranges. Okay, so now we have all our ranges, and so now we just need to go through and check if they overlap. So I'm gonna write a dumb bool is overlapping, which will take in 2 ranges, taking our parent range R0, range R1. Do I have to name this and turn false? This is part 1, Rit. think this is part one. Yeah. I haven't finished part one. So part one is just to check how many pairs is there one that is completely contained inside the other. So the idea is that is this more or less readable? With it this way. So then we're gonna do where. You do need to know the range. Well, that's what I was saying. I wasn't sure if I needed to actually know the. Well, I need it. So for each pair, you have a range. So the left, so 2 to 4 and 6 to 8. And I'm going to use that to basically say, are these overlapping? I'm hoping I can say. I was trying to be kind of lazy in this first part, not have to write some weird if check. Spoiler alert, that's okay. That's okay. I assume this was just a set problem, so I was going to go ahead and go with that anyway. What's this complaining about? Identifier expect. Oh, it's telling me I have to name this thing. Ranges. Okay. So we read all the line. We're going to parse the ranges. Just criticize the code on the screen. Yes, everyone please criticize me heavily. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. This is why I'm streaming, so I can be criticized, so that the world can know my shame. I have so much shame to share with the world, that's why I'm here. All right, so, and then we'll just say .count. So this would be sort of, is it to just count? Oh, it's telling me I can't. Hang on. Do it to array, and then I'm gonna do a console.writeLine. Ranges.count. .length. There we go. So this should give us the ones where it is all overlapping. So this is sort of the functional. This looks like a functional programming approach. All right, so R0. Can I do a contains? Oh, it's ranges.R0.contains. I really wanted to be able to check to see if it contained. All right, so this is where I was filling. Yeah, I saw that for a brief moment here. I really wanted to have a contains ranges.r1 or ranges.r1.contains ranges.r0. This is what I want to write. This is really what I want to write, but apparently I don't get a contain. There's not a contains method. Let's go look at what methods we do have on range. Get subarray index. Contains PR to the framework. Well, I'm probably gonna just write a stupid extension method to make it so that my code reads this way. So this doesn't work the way I want. Doesn't work the way I want. Can I, hang on, if I have a range, oh, I'm sad. Ranges.r0. There are so few. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. I thought range. So in Haskell, there's this data type that you can sort of do this nice thing where it doesn't keep track of all the things in there, but it's sort of like a continuous set. So it knows all of the things inside of it. And as you can say, okay, well, I want to check to see set equality and stuff like that. That's what I thought this was. And so I'm wrong. So I'm going to write an extension method. So here we go. Public static class range extension. And we're going to write an extension method called public static bool contains. And we're going to have this range R0 and range R1. So we're going to write, this is what I want, so we're going to write it. And so we know it's contained in there based on like our start index and end index. So if our r0.start.value R0 contains R1 if R0's value is less than or equal to R1 dot start dot value. And is that right? So if it's less than or equal to the start, that means the left side is inside, and R0 dot end dot value is greater than or equal to R1 dot end dot value. So I think this will do it. Let's try it. This is assuming that ranges automatically select your start and end. So a question I might ask is, if I were to give my range something like -5 on the left side and a -9, will it automatically swap those so the start and end are, the end is always greater than. But .NET run with our sample. Two. All right, gave me, I don't know if this is actually the correct, so it gives me some confidence. Also, we got a lot of one-liners here, so oh, that looks, technically the like legit's the wrong word, but the preferred way of doing one-liners in C# is like this. Do that. I already hate it. All right, we're gonna go like that. Okay. You love it? Well, I hate how long this, you're right, I normally love it. I hate how long this one line is. That's more what I meant. I hate that it doesn't fit on one screen. I actually love that I can do this in C#. I hate that this specific one is so long. All right, let's try it with my full input. Get my puzzle input. I need a larger screen, yeah, that's true. Why am I doing it with such a small window? It would be fine if I was full screen, right? Brings me back to my days writing in DOS, working in DOS, and Mandrake Linux. Those were the two things I used to work in a lot. DOS, and I had the Borland C++ compiler. It wasn't even GCC. The Borland C++ compiler. All right, let's see how we did here. Hey. The Borland C++ compiler, and the screen had 80 characters wide. That was it. You only had 80 characters wide. I think you might even had less than that. But those were the days. The days of yore. All right, part 2. Give me that gold star. It seems like there's still quite a bit of duplicate work planned. Instead, the elves would like to know the number of pairs that overlap. The elves would like to know the number of pairs that overlap at all. And that's I don't understand that. Instead, the elves would like to know the number of pairs that overlap at all. Oh, okay. So now they're looking for intersection. Never mind. Right. I guess is overlapping is the wrong word. It should be like is contained. My naming was bad. Don't overlap. Well, the remaining 4 pillars do overlap. I see. Okay, so this is why Rick is like, why are you doing this already? Okay, so we're gonna rename this. Is overlapping is actually is contained. All right, and then so is overlapping becomes let me read the whole problem statement real quick. Actually, I don't know if I read it. I should finish it just so I understand it. So the number of overlaps in a single section 7, overlaps in all sections, overlaps. Yeah, so it's just an intersection, right? I think I just have to check to see if they intersect. If they intersect, then they have some overlap. Overlaps all the sections, overlaps section 6, overlaps in section 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now we're checking if they're overlapping. So I'm going to do ranges.r0.intersects ranges.r1. So I actually think I think this might be even simpler. Let's try public static bool intersects this range r0 range r1. Return. So it's that. Why is my brain having so much trouble with this? So this one is that it's contained in. So what are our cases? I have a case where why is my brain having trouble with this? r0.start.value. If our start value oh, hang on, my brain hurts. I might have to write something down here to help. Why am I struggling with this? I want to do intersects. It intersects, so I have continuous chunks. If a portion of it so r0.start value is less than or equal to r1.start.value. Hang on. I need to do an or. So if it's less than or equal to that start value, and the end value why is my brain hurting here? All right. Let me think this out. So if I have 0, 1, 2, and then I have 2, 3, 4. All right, and then my r0.end value is less than or equal to R1 dot start dot value. So if any portion of it, is this right? Someone make me feel less. I don't understand why my brain can't handle this. See if I get 4 back just to. No, I don't get. Oh, hang on. I gotta switch. All right. So we're gonna say. I know, Keith, can't tell you. I don't know why it's too early for me. I haven't been awake long enough. I could solve it using my contains if I wanted to. Yeah, but I want to have an intersects because in my mind I'm going like intersects is the way to do it. It's because you're watching me. Yeah, this is where that interview problem comes in, right? So you're in an interview and you're sweating, you're going like, oh God, I just need intersects. Why can't I write intersects? I've done this a million times before. Don't call us. We'll call you run. I'm just going to write a method called run, and it's going to choose our predicate. Our pred function. So our pred function should be a func, which takes in a pair of range and results in a bool pred. And it does this. All right, I'm going full functional, guys. I'm going full functional here. So now my part one becomes var part 1 is equal to run with is contained. That right? Doesn't like that. Why not? It's because this doesn't return anything. Have it return an int here. They're both int results. Int. Return ranges.length. Int part 1. And my int part 2 is overlapping. Okay. And then I just write out console.writeLine part 1 part 2. Did I get 2 4? No. Oh boy. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. What is wrong with my intersects? Oh, and then I don't actually do it here. Ugh. Man, shame on me. Alright, 3 is still wrong. But why is it wrong? So we should have 5 to 7. All right, what are my cases here? I have one where, all right, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 2 to 8, and then we have 3 to 7, so this should go like that. Then we have 4 to 6 and 6. Oh. Or, okay. All right. R0 was 789, yeah. Or the inverse. Is that right? Yeah. R0 dot end value greater than is equal to R1. Hang on. I can do it. I can do it. You just got to believe in me. Give me your strength. The end value. This is rough. This is rough, man. R0 dot end value is hang on. See, I was about to get there with this example. 5, 6, 7. All right, so the start value is not less than or equal to that, so it doesn't do it. But I know that my end value, R0 dot end value, greater than or equal to R1 dot start dot value. And I'm totally overthinking it. I'm totally overthinking it. I don't know why I can't. I'm totally overthinking it. You're correct. You're correct. And I'm feeling embarrassed here. There is a simple way that makes it easy. Somehow you're saying I can use my contains to do it. Here's what I could do. I could do something really dumb where I'm like, okay, well, let's just iterate my ranges into sets and then check that. I don't want to do that though. I really want to write this intersects. I really want intersects to be a thing, and I'm stuck in my way. I'm stuck in my way. All right, so then if my end value is greater than or equal to let me think it through. My start value is greater than or equal to the start value. And the end not value. So if my start value is less than or equal to my R1 start value and the end value, my end value. I know, but in my brain it's not making sense. This is what I want to write. All right, my end value. All right. I don't know why this doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. This is wrong. This is wrong. All right, we're gonna do a dumb thing. We're gonna do a dumb thing. Just to oh man, this is bad. This is bad. I've done this before because this is like collision detection. I have two squares and I'm checking to see if they're left. All right. So I have if my right, all right, so if the right side of my start is further than the left here, then I'm good. Okay, hang on. All right, so if if my right side is further than my left, they overlap. I'm totally overthinking it. And if my right side is further than my left side, it overlaps. And then we have the case where it's sort of swapped, where if, is this it? If my right R0, and then it's the case where they're swapped out, or R1.end value is greater than or equal than R0.start value. Is that it? Am I just that dumb? Oh, that is wrong. If my start is in the other range. All right, we'll do it that way. All right, so let's do this. Public static bool contains this dot range R0 and int value. All right, I don't know why I'm so bad at life today. So if R0, so if return value greater than or equal to R0 dot start, or and value is less than or equal to R0 dot end dot value. Here, I'm overthinking it again here, aren't I? And then we're gonna say if the start return R0 dot contains R1 dot start dot value, or R1 dot contains R0 dot start dot value. Is that what we're saying? Okay, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. My goodness. Let's try it. This is gonna be wrong. Okay. Jeez. Oh, Keith. Keith. Please, please, please. All right. No one ever tell anyone about this. Let's clean it up here. No one ever tell anyone about this. Oh, what did I do? And then we'll just clean this up to be our little helpers. Yikes, that was horribly painful. And I'm so sorry anyone had to watch that. I'm so sorry anyone watched that. What a what a nightmare to watch, I'm sure. Watch me sweat. All right, let's check out Keith's solution. Record range start end. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what's crazy is they have a whole class for this. I don't quite understand what this is really doing all that much, but I could be crazy. I gotta step away just for a second. I promise I'll be back, but please enjoy the music until I return. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I am back. Thank you for your patience. Let's check out Keith's solution here. And well, I got that. I'm gonna go ahead and follow Keith here. How do we hit the follow button? There we go. That way, no, I can keep tabs on you. All right, so range, we gotta solve. Read the file in. We split to range. Hey, this looks familiar. Get our range back. And then Rit, I'd love to see yours as well. I'll check it out in JavaScript. That's all right. Covers, okay. And then overlaps. I don't know why my brain was having so much trouble writing this expression here, but it was. I've written the two-dimensional version of this before with shapes, and so I don't know why it was so hard for me to come up with that solution this morning. For some, I needed really it was I think I just needed to write something down and stop panicking. That's one of the things that happens is you're like, this should be easy, and your brain just starts panicking. Nice clean solution. I really like this one, Keith. I do. I feel like there's not a whole lot of approaches to this problem. There's a brute force-ish solution where you would, instead of doing that, so these numbers are small enough that you could actually, these numbers are small enough that you could actually just brute force it with like a hash set or something where it says, all right, I'm going to do this and I'm just going to fill in this array and then do some set comparisons. That would be the brute force way. Slow. This isn't too fast, isn't too slow. Let's take a look at Ritz here and some JavaScript. We got our input. All right. Whew. All right, JavaScript. Ooh, using those maps. Nice. So this is our input. Same thing we've done here, where we're reading our input, splitting on the comma, splitting on the dash, and converting it to numbers. I like the parallel we have there. Then we've got so we have our pairs is an array of, okay, so we have number, 0 is the range, and then you have a lower and upper bound on the range. All right, so 0 here would be range on the left. So this is P of 0 is our left range, and P of 1 is our right range, and 0 is the lower half for the second index, and 1 is the upper half, the lower range, upper range. Yeah. Nicely done here with this contains 1 or 0. Nice. And then you reduce, just do the sum. Is there not a sum in JavaScript? I'm kind of surprised there isn't just a dot sum that's built in. But reduce here using summation. Yep. So in, I find this is a nice solution, hard to read. But that's what functional programming is. What did you do for this one? New array. What? I don't includes. I think you did. Rit, is this here? And I'm just curious, I'm not sure. Is this saying that you're just making an array that has all of those indices filled up? Yeah. so it expands the range, and then you're checking to see if it includes it. Cool. Cool. All right. Nice little. I don't know that there's many ways to do this one. This puzzle, again, the rock paper scissors has been my favorite puzzle so far. These are less interesting to me, but that's okay. We're gonna try melting our brain a little bit with some C#. So let's get status, get add, make sure I didn't include anything weird. Get commit -m chore add solution for C#. Yeah, Keith, which function did you find for day 3? Was that the enum, for the split? For splitting into chunks of 3? Yeah, chunk. I found, if I go to my, here. Oh, this should be named day 4. Get move day 3. Day 4. Doesn't like it because this is open, I think. Try again. Hang on. Want to move that? There we go. It just had a permissions issue. CD get status get commit chore rename day 3 to day 4. Push that up. Key solution for day 3. Yeah, I didn't know about chunk. And so it was cool to see that when I was doing F#, I found it. Let's do I'm gonna try it in F#, and you guys can laugh at me some more as my brain. But now I know how to do intersects. But we're gonna struggle our way through the F# solution next. Day 3 again. Day 4. F#. CD day 4. F#. .NET new console. Lang F#. Is that how we do this? Is it dash? There we go. All right. So we're in F#. We're gonna have to do reason about our types. I'm gonna steal a little bit of my framework here for reading in input. All right. This was what I did for reading input. One thing I found was F# felt quite slow. Felt quite slow to me. So we're gonna say let lines here open system. To run, the compilation was really slow. The compilation was incredibly slow in my opinion. Here, I'll show you what I mean. When I do the run, it felt really slow. All right, so this will read in all of my inputs into a sequence. Here, if I do a .NET run, the compilation just felt like it took really long time, which was interesting. Yeah, just compared to C# for small program. And let me get my what was it, DSI, DSF? What was the command? All right, we're learning .NET F# REPL. How do I get my F# REPL to run? FSI, .NET FSI. So I have, the REPL was pretty fast though. So the main thing was that reading, I found that I had to read from standard input, so I would do the following. Let's get another terminal here. We're gonna copy our input from day 4, C#, sample, and then input. And so I'm just gonna have a thing here, let sample equal, and we're just gonna get in here, we're just gonna hand type it in because I haven't figured out how to read in a file just yet. Interesting, lists delimiter is semicolon here, which I found kind of interesting. But so essentially what I can do is, I don't want to load this just yet. In my REPL seemed pretty fast, like this. So now I have my sample, and the idea is, okay, well now I need to split this. So let's write a function to split it. So let parse. So I want to parse it, and it's going to take in a single string. And we're gonna split it, s.split on comma. All right, so that is going to get us back an array of the left and right side, and then we need to essentially, for each one of those, I'm gonna do a parse prime. Let parse prime is gonna take in the pair here, where we have the left side and the right side. So C left, so I'll do S0, S1. Or I guess I don't even have to do that. This is gonna parse a single one. So parse prime is gonna do s.split on that. And then this is going to be, that's interesting. S0. I don't need to name it S0 anymore. We're gonna do S, we're gonna split it there, and we get another string array. But in fact, I want to select, I have to open link, open system.link. So it's interesting is the parallels here, int.parse. Can I not do that? Oh, string is, do we not have int.parse? We have to, all right, F# parse int. String to int conversion. Oh, it's just int. It's just int. There we go. And then we'll have to convert this back to an array. And then this is going to get us a range. And so I'm gonna just, my range is I'm gonna do a pair because I don't care enough otherwise. So we'll do this is going to become a function of pair. So I have to do a fun to make the lambda. And this really just becomes pair of 0 and pair of 1 like this. Make that a little wider so we can see a little bit of the grody-ness. All right, so if I pull these in here, what am I getting here? The first parse is fine. My second parse does not define, oh, because I haven't opened these here. Oh, no semicolons. Let's pull this in. All right, so now I have a parse prime. So I have a function parse prime which will take in a string and split it into the range, my left and my right side. So now I can have this function where my parse, it first does this split, and then I'm going to do a sequence.map parse prime. And this will have to go beneath, and I should probably call this parse range. So this one will be parse range, this one will be parse ranges. Pull those in here. Okay, so this one will get both the ranges. This one becomes a sequence, so I actually want to pull out, I want my range to be like a left and a right side. So this I'm going to do an, is it array dot of sec, so I can turn a sequence into an array like this, and then I have this thing here that's making a pair, so I should pull that out. So I'll let, is there already a function called pair? This is where knowing the code base a little bit better would be nice. But I want to have another, I'm doing pair here, so I'm gonna let pair of an array is equal to array 0, array 1. Let's see if it'll let me do this here. So now this gets fed into pair. All right, so now, so one of the things that it makes me really sad since I've been trying to learn F# a little bit, is that the type system in Haskell would let me do this. Be like, oh, well, I have a pair, something that can index, something that's indexable should be able to do this. So there's this like idea of something that is indexable. So I'm a little sad that I can't do this. And so I'm gonna have to explicitly say that this is an array type. So now I say I can take an array and convert it into pairs. And maybe there's something I could do to create type classes, but I'm not sure. But my parse range is going to split, convert to int, to array, and then convert it to pairs. And then my parse ranges sort of splits on the comma, and then maps those over, and then it's going to take that and convert it to a pair. So now I have a pair of pairs, which is feels a little messy, but I'm okay with it, I suppose. Okay, so now for part one, we needed to check for contains, if something is contained in the other one. So, or maybe I'm lazy and I just do this really stupid thing where I convert it to a range, the range where I actually just have a set with all of those things in there, and then my life is better. Maybe I'll do that, because that would be something I haven't done before, is take in, ooh, could I do, interesting. SMAB UK. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Let me know if you have a name you'd prefer. I have been using F sharp for a total of, maybe 2 hours. So I know nothing. Yeah. So I know when I have seen if I had something come out as an array, it would tell me, although this might actually say that's something that's indexable. So I don't know. I don't understand the type system all that well. I've done quite a bit of Haskell, but my F sharp is far from good. I've been using F sharp for maybe 2 hours of total programming time in F sharp. I just thought it might be fun to do. Yeah, so anyone who's watching, if you happen to know any tips about F sharp, please let me know. I'm just trying to work my way through it. Yeah. And part of me is curious if it says feeding it through. If composition, here's C sharp these days. Yeah, I did my solution in C sharp, and now I'm for practice. I'm trying to do the F sharp solution now. This is interesting because this works as like the then. The way I'm reading this is then, so split then. So in in Haskell, there's an operator called the then operator. It says and then, but function composition usually is actually a little bit better. So I'm really curious if function composition would be better here for doing this in F sharp, like from a like speed standpoint. But yeah, I want to do a contains method now. And so my input are pairs of lower and upper bounds. So the function I would like to write takes in two pairs, two range. So range R0 and R1, and it's going to give back a Boolean. So this is a predicate that takes in a range 0, which happens to be an int, and this one happens to be an int. I really don't like, so one thing that I don't like about F sharp is having to do my types this way, inline types. I would much rather define my type up above and then write it out. I feel like this is pretty gnarly to read. And then this will return a bool. So this is my function type, int to int return a bool. Yes, so if I was explicitly making an array, so down here in my REPL, that is exactly right. So I could do 0, 1. This is how I would declare that I want an int array. That's exactly right. So when you're making array literals, this is how you declare it. So those bars represent it's an array. Otherwise, I think it's a list. So if I just did 0, 1, it's going to be a list. So if I want it to be an array that, I suppose, I don't know if this is an array list or if it's a linked list. I don't know the underlying structures. So I'm curious here if I can do left side pattern matching. So in Haskell, I could do pattern matching here where I would say lower 0, upper 0 as a type on the left side of my function expression. So I'm curious if I can do this and it will keep the type. It will. Okay, so I can pattern match this way. So this becomes lower 1, and it's an int, and this becomes upper 1, and it's also an int. And this code is still feeling pretty gnarly to me. But now I can basically say whether or not it contains it here, and we're contained. We're contained if, here, and I'm going to cheat a little bit by going to my C# solution, day for C#. I'm going to cheat a little bit here. And just look at what I wrote before so I don't embarrass myself again. I was very embarrassed last time. Contains is essentially this. Okay. So we have if L0 is less than L1 and upper 0 is greater than upper 1. So we're saying that this is how we know we're contained in it. Let me load this back up here. And now it's just a matter of taking my inputs. So I have sample, and I want to do a map of my parse ranges. Is that right? So now I have my pairs like that. And thank you for the follow, Smab UK. I appreciate it. And once we have that, I want to. So what's interesting is I'm pretty sure I can do function composition where I say, well, this is going to be a parse range into contains. So this is what I want to do. This is what I do in Haskell. I would combine these things. So I have parse ranges, and my type is a string to these pairs. So I'd have to unwrap it. I'd have to unwrap this to be arguments in there. So I can't quite map it in there the way I want. But if I make my contains this a pair of pairs, now my input interesting. My input's not not what I want here. So I want something that is sort of like an paired to args. So because otherwise, so here's why I want to do it this way. So I could do this where I do map parse ranges, and then I'm going to do another map on contains. Oh, I can't do that. Anyway, I can't do it. I am going to need my contains to be slightly different. Why is it that if I put this in here, it becomes this thing? This is interesting. Oh, the type over here that it's generating just looks awkward to me. So I should be able to do that now. Okay, so I can map this contains, and then I just basically want to, instead of a map, is there a filter? There we go. So we filter it there, and then we count it. What is the count? Sec dot count. Sequence. Let's look up the documentation here. I got too many tabs. F# sec count. Count number of elements in a sequence. Dot length. I almost did that. Okay, so this would be Well, that's weird. So here's why that feels crazy to me, is clearly I have two things in there, but my length, what? Let pairs equal, let's turn it to a list dot of sec, pairs dot length, pairs dot count. Oh, I see. This is one element in there saying 2 to 8 overlaps with 3 to 7. So I did something wrong on this section here. What did I do wrong here? Or is my input wrong? Let's check each one of these, I suppose. Is there a zip? Sec.zip. There is. So if I do a map contains pairs. If I do pairs again, does it clear out? No, it still stays good. False, false, false. This one should be true because the 7. Oh no, it needs to be completely contained. Which one? So false, 2 to 3, false, true, true. This one should be true. So let's look at, what does my parse ranges get me back? I'm gonna stop doing that here. Ugh. All right. And can I zip this? Zip sec.zip with, and I need to build up some helpers here for me. Sec.zip with my sample. There we go. So we can see the inputs and outputs, but I also want it to do write lines. So function s goes to console.write line s. Forward arrow. Ugh. Okay. We'll do this. I wish it wasn't truncating it. We'll eyeball it. My range is getting parsed 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 7, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7. Those are getting parsed properly. What's going on? Hang on. Contains, I wanted to see false, 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 true. Print. Is there a print I can do? Print f percent b test print. Oh, I need to do a sec map on that. Sec map. Ugh. Not quite what I want. Function s console.write line S. So I can at least see it. Oh. And I gotta do a sec.map. Okay. False, 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 true, false. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is it? I only have 5 things too for some reason. It's my sample. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's okay. This one should be true, so let's try that. Contains 6, 6, comma 4, 6. False. So let's look at that. L0. Oh, well, clearly L0 is not less than or equal to. Oh, because I have to do contains one way or the other. That makes sense. That makes sense. So this is just one way. Oh, or, yeah. Okay. So I need a map. That's right. I need a map. I need to switch be able to switch the arguments as well. Okay. So, or the other way around, L1 less than or equal to L0 and U1 greater than or equal to L0. Let's try that. That took me way too long to find. There we go. All right, let's try that. We get our trues back. Johnny boy, welcome back. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. I never thought of that as cat. I guess it makes sense. You'd be back on board the ship. I was thinking, you know, with my silly name, Captain Coder, I was thinking more along the lines of, you know, the superhero type Captain America. My students think it's hilarious. I teach a lot of students, my youngest student 7, I teach elementary to high school. And my young students love the idea that I'm some kind of programming superhero. Okay, so I was really hoping to get back to the little thing I'd done there. Johnny boy, we're sweating our way through some F# today. We got our C# solution in, but we're gonna sweat through some F# here. So we have our sample, and then we're gonna map that in by parsing the ranges. And then we're going to filter that by contains. There we go. And then we're going to get the length, and that's our solution to number 1. So let part 1 equals this bit. Can I copy that? All right, so we have that. So then for part 2, we did a contains. Can I overload things? I don't think we can overload. We'll do contains prime L0 int or lower upper, and then also an. So that's argument 1, and then the second argument is an integer, and that's gonna tell us, so if L is less than or equal to X and U is greater than or equal to X, then we know that it's contains in there. Pattern discriminator contains not found. Oh, no comma needed. And what is it telling me here? Is it telling me it's auto filling some weirdness? U greater than or equal to X. Why is it it's trying to do some weird, what is going on here? Okay, let's look at this. Expression was expected to have type int, but was type bool. Yeah, I don't want it to be an int. I want it to be a bool. The whole thing should be a boolean. Hang on. Something X. And this happens to be of type. If I explicitly tell it it's an int, it has trouble. Oh, okay. F sharp syntax killing me. I really dislike. I really thought, I love C sharp so much. I really thought I was gonna like F sharp. I might be a total F sharp hater here. Just because of the way they do type annotations. I totally hate this. I'm gonna have to see if there's a better way to do it. Look how gross that looks. All right, so now we have the contains prime. Real quick, yeah, it's gonna yell at me. You can't overload, which is normal. And then so now my intersect, let intersects between two pairs is going to be the if the low. All right, so in this case, yeah, so we're gonna have contains L0 upper 0 lower 1 contains prime. If it contains that, or contains prime L1 U1 L0. All right, let's try loading this back in here and seeing if we can get our solution. Like so. So it should be our sample. We're gonna parse the ranges again. And then we're gonna do a filter on intersects. And then let's get the link of 6. Okay, so I did something wrong. Is it? What did I have before? What am I missing here? Oh, I didn't put the other and here. And upper is greater than or equal to X. There we go. My contains prime was incorrect. Do I have to reload this whole? I think I have to reload the whole thing because I've redefined it. Let's try again. Sample. Well, we'll try part 2 here. Let part 2 equals sample. Then we map it to our ranges. Then we filter intersects. Then we get the length. All right, let's do that. Like so. And we did get the right thing there. Okay, so now rather than doing sample, we're gonna make this be a what I want it to do is I want it to be a function where can I do function composition? I can. All right, so now we have some function composition. What's interesting here has been inferred to a generic type. So this is going to be a function from an array, or what does this give? It's get back a sequence of strings. So sequence of strings to int. Okay, so part one is a function. C# syntax goes harder than metal. Good thing I never started to learn it. Do you mean F#? Yeah, this is F#. This is F#. This is F#. Yeah, so this one is F#. I'm working on my F# solution here. So I'm used to programming language, or my functional programming language. I'm used to being able to do, I wish I could do something like this, where I just define above my type. Yeah, I really dislike the inlining types here. It makes it really gross to read. So if anyone knows a better solution to this, let me know. So this is gonna get us our lines now. So if we run this as a program, let's look at this, our lines, and I want to printf. All right, so I have my predicate. These two lines here load, basically reads from standard input. This gets me a sequence of strings from standard input, and take while this, and can I compose this with, well, I want this whole thing, take while pred, and then list dot of sec. That's okay. I want to be able to do it twice, so I'm going to say lines prime is equal to lines dot or list dot of sec. Yeah, so this will get me a list, because the problem is once you go through a sequence, it's cleared out, so I can't do my part one and part two. And so now my goal here is I'm going to say part 1% d, and this should be part 1 on my lines prime, and print fn part 2% d part 2 lines prime. So now I should be able to actually run this. .NET run on my sample input. And like I said before, the compile times, I guess it was faster. Maybe I was just being grumpy last night when I was playing with it. There we go. All right, so this is my solution in F#. I hate it. I hate it. Type annotations in F# are gnarly. I don't like them at all. I wish they were a little bit easier to contain. But I've only been, this is the second program I've ever written in F#. Let's put it that way. So my skills as an F# programmer are next to none, close to zero. But we made it. We made it here. So I think I'm gonna wrap up here. I have 15 minutes left in my stream. Before, I'm trying not to stream more than 2 hours a day. I got if I stream more than 2 hours a day, I don't actually get anything done. So I'm trying not to. But I appreciate all of the people coming and hanging out with me. I'll probably be back tomorrow morning. Actually, I have a stream scheduled. Monday, Wednesday are my normal stream days. So I teach later in the day on Monday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm not. It's always kind of a question mark whether or not I'm going to do it. But I'm trying to record videos of for my students for the Advent of Code. So I've been trying to get up early and knock these out. Jens, thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, if you wanna see more Advent of Code, my plan is to try and do them all. I don't know if I'm gonna get them all done the day they come out, but I'm gonna try. So if you'd like to, come back tomorrow. I'll see you then. As always, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the company. Have a beautiful day. Keep on hacking, is what I say. iOS apps in F#. Oh, thank you for that, Frank Kruger. I'm gonna save that. Thank you so much for that little tip there. I don't know if I like F#. I really thought I was gonna just be completely in love. Frank Kruger, the actor. Do you have here we go. Frank Kruger. We'll follow this. Thank you for letting me know. I'm assuming this one, app developer. I love functional programming. The thing that is driving me nuts about F# is just the type annotations not being super great at it. Okay, Joe Van Eyck, YouTube. Yeah. We'll check that out as well. Thank you so much for the suggestions. So one of the things that is really nice about, so the reason I like Haskell, I mean, there's a couple of reasons. I'm super big into making sure your types are explicit, just so that you're reasoning through your logic. But one of the things that I think Haskell would do much better, the type inference system in Haskell, I've never had so much pain in functional programming as I have in F#, just trying to get my types to cooperate. If you leave them out, it complains like crazy. I really want it to be able to figure out this type. Well, now it does. Oh, because I'm using another context. Interesting. So if this stuff were commented out, am I just going crazy? Am I going crazy? WindowCat, thank you for sharing your solution with us. The crypto code. Let's take a look at that. Python solution. Thanks for sharing. All right, am I crazy? I swear it could not figure this out on the type annotation before. Now I swear I tried this and it couldn't figure out my types. It really can't though. So notice how it's saying that it has to be a list. So if I do this, yes. So this is the problem that I run into. Now pair doesn't work here because it's inferred the wrong type. That's what's going on. In Haskell, I'm relatively confident it would be happy here. Advent of Code. Ooh, is this gonna be? Oh, this looks so much more functional. Oh, thank you so much for this. Mine is horrible. I hate mine, but this feels like a functional solution here. Oh, the pattern. This is beautiful. I love this because of the pattern matching on the arrays, on the strings. the pattern matching here. This is what I need. Oh, thank you, Smab UK. Thank you so much for sharing this. I know my font's small on my screen here. This is so much nicer than my solution as far as the parse goes. The overlaps are essentially the same. Oh yeah, this parse is so much better. And list.map, parse, and then of course using as list. Thank you for sharing, Smab UK. All right, I am hopping off. I'd love to see all of you again. So if you haven't, if you want to see me, if you want to see when I go live, go ahead and follow me, so you'll get notified. And you know, have a beautiful day. Keep coding, keep growing, keep it together, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.